Hello everyone. Hi, this is Paula. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to kind of do, I guess it's a part 2 craft with me, using the Tim Holtz 6x6 squares that no one knows what to do with. You know, that's in your paper pad. You get so many 12 of 12s and so many little journaling cards, and then you get these 6x6. I mean, I know some people use 6x6, but I don't, and I think the majority of people don't either. So this was from our last video. Okay, so we did the pockets with the little cards, our little tags, our little birds on here, out of the 6x6 squares. Okay, so we made those. It took, took us 30 or 40 minutes to do one, but it's pretty detailed. Anyway, so there we go. Those were a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to make one or two more for my stash. Okay, there's the two. Now, next we have part 2 of the craft with me. Now, I have literally made two, okay, 2 tags. Okay, I'm going to let you see those 2 tags that I made from the 6x6 pads in the in the wildflowers paper bag. Okay, now I did some things on this first one with the same bird, and it is a little bit bigger. For some reason, I cut some of them smaller. Who knows why I did that? I cut them all at the same time. But a few of them got cut a little smaller and a little narrow compared to what I wanted. I wanted this size. But it's all right, because sometimes we use the small ones, right? So I used the wildflowers dies and some words here and the background of the 6x6. And I also threw in a little stamped butterfly that I had stamped and tore around to just put on things as I'd like. And it was done out of old paper from a textbook. Okay? All right. So what you can't tell maybe is that this also has an outside piece of craft cardstock, okay, and we'll be doing that, and it's, with the little tiny edging around the sewing machine. Now I went ahead and made these 2 because I cut out, let's see, 4, 5, 7, because I thought we're going to make 7, and then I started using my head and realized that there was no way in an hour that we could do 7. Okay, so I did these 2 last night. I inked everything last night and made sure everything was cut out. Now, and I sewed 4 of them around the edges because I knew it was going to take us a while. Let me see where I'm at on my camera. I want to pull this down a little bit. Yeah, right there. I want to make sure. I tell you, it's hard to tell where you want to put everything. So just one of these is going to be completely done from start to finish, okay? The rest of them have already been stitched and everything just needs to be glued. I did that because I knew time would be a problem if I didn't. Okay, so I inked around these 2, and let me see what the measurement is. So this is 3 3 1/4, 3 1/4 wide. Okay, and this is 3 inches wide. Okay, and this one is 6 inches tall. Okay, and this one is, let's see, 6 1/4. So, you know, you're just going to have that small little border like you would if you were matting photos or something. Okay, so I'm going to scoot all this stuff off. Okay, and show you what we do first. Now, first thing you do is ink everything, and I've already done that, but we're going to stitch around on the machine. You know, just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't ever want it to be super perfect. At least I don't. It's a junk journal that we're going to be putting it in. Now I do back stitch a little bit. Okay, now here we go. Now we're going to go just a straight stitch around the Tim Holtz page, and then around the cardstock also. Try to stay on your paper, Paula. Sometimes it's hard whenever you're doing a thin border. Okay. I love these flowers that he has in his book. I've done a lot of things with this particular page over time. Now, I've got brown thread in here, so you can see where I've gone around right here. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing here. You want to remember you have that small edge, so you don't want to get too far in, but you don't want to go off the page if you don't have to. If you did go off the page, it wouldn't be a crisis, because really messy looks good in this sort of thing. Okay. So it's 4:30 in the morning. I know, it's crazy, I know. I just could not sleep. I almost knocked my drink over just then. It's pretty close to my sewing machine. That would not have been funny. Let me see. I think I have room for one more stitch. We'll find out real quick like. Oh man, that's right on the edge. Yeah, I was off a little bit, but that's all right. When you're getting that close to the edge, it's hard. Yeah, I was off a little bit. We'll just put it on the bottom. The bottom portion, see right here. I can go back and fix it. Let's go back and fix it. You know, little things like that will bug me. I'm sorry, it will just bug me. And really, all I'm going to do is that one little section. And that's okay. There we go. It makes me feel better. Now, all the sewing portion is done when as you're making the card. I'm trimming all these little wild strings. So, I'm going to put the machine out of the way here. All right. That will help a lot. And I'm going to straighten my camera. Yeah, there we go. Now, we're already 10 minutes in, if you can believe that. That's why I can't do a super fast video, because I'm slow. Okay. Going to take a little pair of scissors, and we're going to rough up, whoops, the edges. Okay. And you know, everyone will look a little different, but I don't know if you ever do this, but I like the look it gives it. The kind of the grungy, messy look. Now we'll do the other piece also a little bit, but not quite as much as this. Because honestly, it doesn't have a white guts like this does. And when you have the white guts, it just looks better. This, you know, you have to be careful because it's flimsier, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And my lines are really crooked. It's what happens at 4:30 in the morning. So my sister is coming tomorrow. I miss her so much. We just, with the virus, we haven't been able to see each other. She lives in Kansas. Okay, so I'm going to use this yucky side that I made a boo-boo at the bottom. Okay, and we're going to glue with Fabri-Tac because I want it to hold it down. This is the only thing I use Fabri-Tac on. Everything else I use glitter glue. Just so you know, I thought I'd just give you that heads up. Now, I am going to cover this pretty good, not over, but you want to get the edges here. Okay. And, whoops, you want to make sure you get a little bit of that straight stitch around the outside. But as you can see, on these, I did cut them a little different, I guess, because it looks like it to me. The border seems a little bigger than it did on the pockets. Who knows, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I do anything exactly the same these days. I did forget to kind of ink, you know, I kind of ink around it after I rough it up a little bit. Not a lot, because you do want to have that edge look pretty cool. So now we're going to take the ink pad, which is brand new. That last ink pad just wasn't working for me. So this might be pretty dark. We're going to have to be careful, Paula. Okay, let me get a piece of scrap paper right here. And we're going to put that under this stuff so we don't get ink on everything. So I'm just going to carefully ink these wildflower dies that I cut out. Now all of the cards will have at least one of these, if not two. Okay, I think there's one that has two. And some of them have, this one's going to say grateful, and you want to get your little name to be dark. Not so dark you can't see, but you know what I mean. So it gets into the brown family. Here's the little butterfly that I stamped on some old book pages. And you want to get a little bit on him, but on the little butterfly you might want to leave a little bit so you can see. Now here is going to be what we put the name, not the name, the title. And it's just a little bit of muslin, and I'm kind of inking it up there. Now this is what we're going to tie the topper with. And I'm thinking, how much of that do I really need to ink, right? So I'm just going to cut it off right there. I think, why ink it off? We don't have to, right? Okay, so if you have a piece of paper down here and you want to do a quick tea stain, is what I call it, tea stain with ink, this is a good way to do it. But you do have to do it on both sides, okay? Because when you tie it, you want it to be the same. All right, so now that's all the inking we have to do on that one. Now, we're going to do some putting together here with glitter glue. Let me make sure I've got you in the right spot. I'm still learning this location on my my camera. Now, what I'm going to do, I almost glued before I that's kind of the last thing. I forgot to do my inking. So we want to do some text on here. And, you know, this is so tiny. You can't tell what's up and what's down. It goes this way. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. You can't. It's it's kind of teensy tiny. Now, this is different than the little wooden one that I do a lot of times. The little wooden one, you have a tendency to, it makes it look real like you've blocked it. And, oops, I almost put that away too soon. I want to use, where's my, oh, there it is, my little stamp. Okay, so I was going to stamp some butterflies on here, but instead, I'm going to do a couple little hearts, okay, in random places. All right. I just thought that looked cute. And why not have one more thing to glue down or stamp? Blah. Okay. It's called 4:30 in the morning. You get kind of come out of there. Okay, there we go. All at once. That's the way to come out. That's one of the things I love about this glitter glue is, I mean, I love that you can get these little tiny things glued, even the little stems, without any problems. Okay. So I'm going to have to call my shoulder doctor tomorrow. Like doing this little simple thing that we're doing hurts my shoulder. Isn't that nuts? Oops. Well, it landed like almost in the perfect spot. We just got to get some on the stem here. Okay. Let's see how close to that same area we can get. And how much of this glue. Oh, we're going to have our little hearts going to be in the wrong spot. Probably. Oh, there it is. We can see right through it. It's okay. It'll be fine. It's kind of cute peeking through there anyway, right? One of the things I love about what I do is the fact that everything is not perfect, you know. I'm going to flip this in half and just use part of it. So I'm going to fold it. I like that folded look. And I just put some glue on the inside so it will stay. And get the word grateful here. These go pretty fast once you get everything cut out. And but the sewing is what takes forever, or at least it feels like that to me. And now I'm just going to put the word grateful right here. And if you need to cut off a little portion of it, whoops, my scissors grabbed hold of that leftover scrap. Now we have to decide where we want this. I think down here looks good. So that's where we're going to put it. Super easy project. Just one more way to use up Tim Holtz paper that everybody has on their shelf. At least I have for years. And I have a little butterfly, so we're going to put the little butterfly down. Okay. And we'll give him some antennas too. Do we want him here or here? I think here is kind of cute. I'm going to take my thin, you want to use a thin little marker and just give him a couple antennas. Whoops, there we go. I didn't know I was going to end up putting a little ball on that one, so I decided to do it on the other side. Oh, wow. Anyway, so now everything is glued down, but we need to put a hole in the, punch a hole in the top. Okay, so this punch, I love it, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. So you want to center. It's just real hard to see where your punched hole is going to end up. And if you don't punch it super hard, you end up with only halfway, halfway being done. Let's put this on, because you know what will happen if we don't. Okay, now I'm going to run. This is a piece of muslin, and some of them have different things. Like the first two I showed you that I finished, this one and this one have sari silk. And we've got some others that will have sari silk as well. I just ordered 3 or 4 new sari silk colors. So I've been living with 3 colors for over 2 years. Yeah, I know. That's what I think too. I've got burgundy and brown last year. This is how the brown was when I got it. It does not look brown. And then I ordered maroon, and this is the maroon. It was a little bit closer. Not a lot. Now, I only tied it once with this because, honestly, it is so thick compared to the sari silk. I'm going to try to do them a little bit kind of even. Now, on muslin, I don't cut, you know, like a ribbon. I don't do the... Okay, now, this one is complete. And see how fast and easy that was? But I will tell you, the preparation, it's easy. It's just time consuming. All right. Now, let's get the next one out. And let's just glue it together and talk. So, how have you guys been? Like, I'm expecting you to talk back to me. We're going to ink these things here. So excited about this new ink pad here. Now, I thought I inked all this already, and I did. So I'm just going to tap it and make it the same color all over. I forgot that I don't need to ink this. All of it's done. Hello. Okay. Except the background. We do have to do the background. So let's do it first. And then we can get all the inking done. I don't have it glued down yet, but we can still do the inking. Okay. With the little ink pad. You're really supposed to, you know, you can do like that. This is how I was taught to do it. Let me move that while we do it. I'm going to show you. I was taught not to just put an edge on here, to just kind of roll it, but try to keep it straight. Now, in some places, you might want to roll it and get more. I've always been used to doing it with a bigger stamp. Like, I just really didn't do that great a job with this one. But oh well. What else is new, Paula? Oh, we're going to do our little heart. Now, let's wait and see where we're going to put this first. We're going to put this on this side because it's got the white flowers. And then our butterfly is going to be up here. Okay, I know where we're at now. Okay, so we're going to put some hearts on here again. Now, you don't have to put them straight if you don't want to. I just kind of did. Let's see. Now, we'll see where we end up with that. Okay, now let's go ahead and, whoops, glue this back on here. So I know I told you guys, I know that I told you that we were watching Charlie on Wednesdays now. Can I just tell you, it's like overnight. I mean, just since the virus started, you know, it looks like Charlie's grown a foot. He hasn't, but he's grown taller, but he's not gotten a whole lot heavier. But his little face is getting more mature. You know, he's 7 now, but he's still tiny. He's actually fitting for the first time in his 4 Slims pants. He is just a little guy. 4 Slim pants because he's tall, and they're almost getting short on him. But his shirts are 5, and he just, you guys, he's adorable. He just looks like a little sweet, good-looking little guy. He can't help it. Okay, here's this. But he loves his pawpaw. And so he has fun playing with pawpaw. Him and pawpaw, get this, made earrings out of buttons and earring backs that I had in my jewelry crafting days. Made his mama some ladybug earrings. Okay, he took a permanent marker and they put a black polka dots on it. And I mean, you know, they look like a little 7-year-old did it, but that's okay. But it was so funny because my daughter actually put them on and took a picture of him looking at her, smiling, showing off her new earrings and telling everybody. He had the biggest proud look on his little face. So cute, sweet, little booger. Okay, now we're going to put the butterfly. You know, it's so funny. We're doing this, and there's really not that much to it. But I just enjoy it. I enjoy little piddly stuff like this. I was a paper doll girl. I loved playing with my paper dolls when I was little. And I know there's more of you than just me that loved paper dolls. We're going to fold this over. And I know I've probably told you guys that I loved paper dolls. But, yeah, one of my favorite things to do. So, cutting and paste, and I loved coloring and coloring books. Because that was the thing, paper dolls and coloring when I was a little girl. And playing with Barbie. I didn't have a Barbie, but I had a Midge. Do you guys remember Midge with the red hair that flipped up? Let's see where we want this. Do we want it down here this time? I kind of like that down there. Let's do that. Anyway, I didn't have a Barbie. And I may have told you guys this story. If I have, I'm so sorry. We do have new people, right? So when I was little, my brother, we were, and all the little kids that we played with on the street, you know how you wander up and down your street. Back in the day, you could actually wander up and down the street and be safe. Not nowadays, but you could then. We're going to punch a hole in the center. You don't want to punch it where you're where you stitched. Okay. Anyway, we would play up and down the street with our friends. We'd jump rope, we'd do hula hoops, hopscotch, you know, all the things you did when you didn't have fancy toys. And we're going to use sari silk for the tie. Anyway, there was a house for rent, and they had left it open, and we just, you know, walked in the open door. It wasn't locked, and the door was wide open. And so I do remember, because we were like, maybe, so, you know, we'd find the realtor or whoever in there. And we walked in and went in, and nobody was there. We, you know, just walked through and looked at the house. Didn't think anything about it. And I just sat down, I guess, in one of the bathrooms on the floor. I was bored or whatever. And when I did, I saw an old Barbie, or found a Barbie. I'll put it that way. I'm going to cut off these edges to kind of match. Anyway, there was an old Barbie doll. And I, again, just had the midge. And so I ended up, the realtor came back, or somebody came back. I don't remember if it was the realtor, who it was, but came back, and I showed them the doll, and they said I could take the doll, you know. And I took it home. I was so excited because I had a Barbie and a midge. And get this, guys, my daughter, I had it so long that my daughter grew up playing with my Barbies. She had new Barbies too, but her daddy built her a dollhouse. He is not a builder. Here is number 4. Okay, now let's get this other one. This is another set of birds. And stomp all this off here. And we're going to use our Fabri-Tac to attach it to the backing. Ooh, wait a minute. We gotta do the scissors around the outside. I bet I forgot to do that on that last one. I did. It's all right. It's not that big. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but I like it. So I'm taking this little Barbie who had no clothes on, because, you know, it got stuck. It had been in the bathtub, I'm sure, at some point. And it was a clawfoot tub, so, you know, it was sticking out from underneath the bathtub when I saw it. And anyway, those were the days. Lots of fun reminiscing over those days. But my daughter played with them forever. And so when she had my granddaughter, I gave them to her. You know, of course, you know, you want to get everything out of your house. And it was a big box, okay? And that Barbie and that midge were in that box. And when I got that Barbie, you know, when I gave it to her, was vintage. Because it was older when I found it. It had the, you know, just the bobbed hair, and like a lot of the moms wore back in that day, you know, everything under. But anyway, so I gave her all those for Lucy, and then when they moved to Egypt, I guess they had a garage sale and sold it all. I didn't know that at the time. It's a good thing. It probably would have ended up back in my garage. Because Lucy was just 2, so she really wasn't into Barbie dolls yet. She still had her baby dolls. And so anyway, So when I finally asked her about it, she's like, Mom, well, when we went to Egypt, we could only take 2 crates of stuff. And I'm like, whatever. Whatever. Give me my Barbies back. But it was too late. I seriously a Barbie fan when they came out with Barbie. Oh my goodness. I was a Barbie fan. That's all I need to say. Okay, we're going to stamp the grid here. See if I can do better this time. See, I think just doing it helps me. My mat is going to be all inky. Okay, now we're going to do our little hearts. And I think we need a little heart right there above that little bird. And right here. Oh, that one didn't show up very well. Right there. Okay, now, so we're going to put a black, I know, a black flower. But doesn't that look good? I tried some this kind of reddish color, and it didn't look as good as the dark ones. So when I first got the Wildflowers die cuts, I drug out my Big Shot and set and just cut and cut and cut. And I used a bunch of them, so it's not been that long ago, I sat and cut all these again. And then I wanted a bunch of pastel. I love pastel books and so forth. But anyway, so I sat and cut one Sunday afternoon, sat and cut a bunch of pastels. So I think the pink one came out of the pastels. The yellow, no, maybe not. The pink probably did. I don't know. Either way, it's okay. Okay, so you can see the glue. So let me wipe a little bit of that. Kind of mix it in. Isn't that cool looking? Yikes, I love it. Okay, you know what? I wonder, we're going to do a number 4 heart. Because our butterfly is going to be on this side. There you go. So we're going to put the butterfly. We'll probably end up real close to that heart on the right corner, upper corner. Okay. Let's put it right here. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily like it flat like that, but, you know, seeing that it's going to be in a pocket and in a journal at some point, you don't want it to be poofing up. Okay. So in the morning, I'm finally going to get down to get a pedicure and a manicure. Oh, my word. I've been doing it myself, and it's been too long since I've done that. I've had them done for so long now that when you go back to do it yourself, it's quite different. Okay, so I'm going to trim a little bit off the edge right there. And where do we want this? Do we want it right there? I like it there. I like to always try to find a different place. Have you noticed? So this could officially be part of our tag series, but I want it to be part of our Craft With Me Tim Holtz 6x6 paper, because I just feel like it makes way more sense. Now we're going to punch the hole. Let's see. Let's get in the middle. Then let me make sure I'm not getting... Okay, and this time we're going to use what's supposed to be brown but looks kind of orange, cinnamon color, and it's all kind of not spread out very much. So I'm going to see if I can get it to spread out a little bit. Probably go right back in that same position. There we go. Now, I'm going to take it through the top here. It would look better if it was a dark brown like it was supposed to be. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put a double knot on this one. I don't like them super long. There we go. All right, so this is number 5. And we have 2 more. I hope you guys are having fun doing this. I know it's kind of repetitive, but that's how you'll remember. You'll remember every step because we did it over and over. Plus, who knows who might end up with one in a journal, you know? I'm going to try to think of some other things that, if I think of something else that will work with the Tim Holtz papers, I'll do a part 3. Okay. So, a friend of mine, my friend Pat, and we craft once a week. We'd love to craft more. And who knows, we may, as time goes by, when we have extra time on our hands. Okay, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this. Let me put the pen back in the glitter glue. Yeah, see, it's not wanting to go back in there. And then you know what happens. Your pen gets bent. I made the mistake of, there it is. It went back in. So, I want to show you guys what we did. If I can reach them. So, we're making, let's see, I think 12 cards. And these are the, let me show you how let's see. I've got this 110 weight paper that weighs like a ton. So this was tag number 1 that said smile. We decided that we didn't want everything to say, thinking of you, thank you, birthday, sympathy, right? Get well. We didn't want it to do that. So we want to do an introduction, you know, to what the real thing is. Like you could say smile, happy birthday, or smile, I love you, happy anniversary, or whatever, you know. Smile, thank you so much. And then this is the next one. And they feel so heavy with this heavy paper. And we've got the funny foam behind the hello, and it's kind of popping it up. So these are vellum butterflies, and we colored on the back with our Copics and made the butterflies. And here is a happy birthday. Aren't they cute? And we still have a bunch to do. And I pulled out some glitter, and we're doing some of the green portions with some glitter. So I just thought I'd share those with you. I had them on my shelf here. Okay, so we're going to glue. What was that? Something white. Oh, it came off my shelf, I bet. All right. So she and I get together once a week. I know I've told you this before. And we craft. We'll do cards or we'll do albums. When I say albums, I mean like the mini albums, you know. You'll see album kits or whatever. And we do card kits. This one, it was not a card, really too much of a card kit. The lady sewed me the stuff to make cards. And she allowed me to take pictures of her cards that she did for examples. Yeah. I don't know where that white powder came from. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this one on here. All right. This is the famous butterfly page. Get out our words. Yeah, that's good enough right there. So now we're going to do the hearts. So this little branch and then the butterfly will go here. So we want to do the little hearts. Maybe one right here. One right here. Let's see. How about one right here? Now that looks weird, doesn't it? So let's do one down here. Although you're not supposed to do even numbers, you're supposed to do odd numbers because that's what the eye likes. Well, I win on this one. The eye doesn't win on this one, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we've been doing each time. But anyway, I'm excited to see my sister. She'll be here tomorrow around 3 o'clock. And if you entered the drawing, you have a few days to get back and check out the giveaway. If you put in for the giveaway, and make sure, just go to the video that I posted yesterday, which was June 1st. There's a video where I did the giveaway to 3 people. So just go over there and find out if you were one of them. Okay, now we're going to put the word dream on this one, because I just feel like butterflies are dreamy. Okay. Okay, we're just going to put it on some muslin here, and we'll let it wait. This is a little bit long. But I like that we can actually get the glue on here, you know, because we have this little tiny tip. Okay, so my sister's going to the Pioneer Women, I forget what it's called. In, I think it's Ponca City. No, it's not Ponca City. I don't know why. She's a famous, she's on the cooking channel. And anyway, my brother-in-law has one living brother in his family, his parents, and he has the one brother, and his parents are gone now for the last probably 4 or 5 years. So his brother and his brother's wife, or, well, I don't know I guess they're married. Anyway, wanted them to go with them to to the Pioneer Woman. Pioneer Woman is what she's called. Gonna put some antennas. I guess she has a place not far from where we are. I think it's maybe a couple hours. So they're all four going up there. And I wouldn't dare try to do that in my situation. So I'm going to put this dream right here. Because I feel like there's too much going on. It just needs to be right there. Okay, now I'm going to punch the hole. Okay, make sure you got it nice and center. Good. So this one's going to have a muslin top. So we're going to cut a little bit off here. And put it through here. So that's Wednesday. And so, let's see. They'll be back here Wednesday night. And then we'll just hang out. My sister is bringing, she and I both bought a album kit. One not with the muslin ones. And let's see. Let's just cut this one to be, I don't like it too long. Oh, look, that one gave it a little split. Now I got to do it on this side. Silly, silly. Let's see if I can do it without messing it up. Yep, I did. I did fine. Okay. I almost feel like you can't see this. So I might outline it, but I'm going to wait and think about it. Okay, so this one is number, let's see how many we have. 6. And we have one more if we have time. We have time. At least we have time to do part of it. Okay. So we got to work fast this time. Gonna do the roughing up here real quick. Now this is the other half of the first bird we did. And the bird that we used for the pocket in the last video. And it's amazing what you do when you go quick, huh? So my sister is coming. We're going to work on our snowman album. And that'll be fun. Let's put our Fabri-Tac on the back here. Spottle has almost bit the dust. Come out of there. You know what I'm talking about? It just is kind of trying to not cooperate here. I've left it with the lid off, and so when you do that, it kind of gets, as it gets to be thicker, it makes it harder to come out. I've just got a bad habit. I don't like to put my lid on, my glue, and it's mostly because I forget. Like right now, as we speak, our glitter glue lid is not on. Oh, makes me crazy, Paula. Okay, so there we go. Now everything will go pretty fast. Gonna do the inking first. Ooh, now that one turned out good. Do you see what I mean? You can't see where it stops and begins. That's how it's supposed to look. And I'll just say, it was Not because I knew. I do know what it's supposed to look like. But I don't always do what it's supposed to look like. Paula. It must be in the middle of the night. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm trying to think, where did I have this one? This stem here. This one has 2 flowers. So I'm going to go here and there. And we'll see if that's right after we get everything else down. So we're going to put this part of the wildflowers. Okay. And this one is black. And I missed the heart. Perfect. And then I'm doing a brown little floral. Again, from the wildflowers. Let's see. Gonna line those up. Kind of let one overlap the other. Okay, now we're going to do our butterfly. Put our antennas. Put some glue here. Kind of glue this down in a fold. And then on Saturday night, while they're here, we're going over to my brother's for dinner and cards. Okay. And this one says, imagine. I love all these prompt words. I love using them on things. Aware. We're going to put it right here. Now, I'm going to put the cap on. My glitter glue for sure. I'll work with the other one later. Okay, now, I'm going to punch a hole. Oh, the butterfly is in a bad spot, isn't she? Ooh. Just barely missed the butterfly. And we're going to use the brown sari silk. The brownish orangey. Okay. And this is number 7. Okay, so we're going to lay them out the best we can. I've got trash over here. Pardon me. Let's put our 2 birds together. And our butterflies can be on here. Can you see those? Okay, that's the first 4. And they were a lot of fun. Move those up. And we'll bring out the other 3. Which I'm going to look and tell you what my favorite one is. You're not going to believe it when I tell you. But I love this one. We just did. It's my first choice. Then my second choice is the floral. Okay. My third choice is this smile one. And then the floral, happiness, celebrate, sunshine, and believe it or not, butterfly. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our craft with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Welcome all new subscribers. I appreciate you all. Bye now.